Okay, Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. We thank Allah who has made it easy for us to be here today. If you can hear me loud and clear, please give me a 1. And if you can see my screen, please give me a 2. So I'll be sure we are together and we are ready. All right. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Thank you for your response. So without wasting much of time, let's dive into today's session of our Motherhood Growth Podcast, where we raise confident children and we raise confident mamas. Because when mommies are confident, that's when they have the energy, and the confidence to raise confident children in Allah. So, Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am so glad and grateful to have you here today. And congratulations to our 2 lucky sisters who won themselves a recharge card for coming early. Don't forget to drop your say hi on WhatsApp. So yeah, thank you very much. So yes, let's settle in nicely, because today's session is not just another session. It's another shift for us. It's another clarity for us. It's a beginning of understanding our children. And lack of understanding of our children is what has always caused a lot of struggle with us and our children. Because sometimes your children most times actually, they do not intend to get you hungry, to get you all worked up, but lack of understanding let it result to that. So we pray Allah Azawajal put barakah in this gathering, open our hearts to understand better than the way I plan to communicate it, and guide us to raise children who are confident, righteous, and pleases Allah alone. Ameen. So, mashallah. So yes, before we go on, let me see in the chat that I am ready to understand my child. Type in the chat, I am ready to understand my child. Let me see how many of us are actually ready to understand our children. Okay, type it out. Mashallah, Sister Aisha is ready. We give. Okay, yes, let's be ready. It starts from affirming, and then to put it into practice. Mashallah, Sister Ghania. Okay, so yes, alhamdulillah. So let me ask you something. Let's be honest. It's time for honesty. Okay, let me ask you something. Have you ever looked at a child and wondered, why are you like this? As a matter of fact, I'm sure most of us have asked them that question, that why are you like this? Okay, and some of us, we have issue with maybe their learning pace, and we might have at some point asked those type of children, why is learning easy for others but not you? You understand? Why are you not learning as fast as Aisha? You understand? Why do I keep repeating myself? Can't you just understand what I'm saying at once? At some point, you would have asked either 1 or 2 of this type of questions from your children, and this is where why one of the reasons why we are here. Why is learning not easy for you? Okay, am I doing something wrong? Okay, you are trying, but you still feel confused. You are trying to understand your child, you are trying to do everything you could, but somehow you still feel confused. So I want to tell you that this is not only you. Many mothers, if not all, they're trying, showing up, doing their best. You're doing your best. You've always been attending the podcast. You've always been reading books and everything to make you better. But still, somehow, you still feel confused. You still feel frustrated. You still feel tired. And subhanallah, is a painful truth. It's not because you are not a good mother. That's just it. It's not because you're a bad person. It's not because you're a bad mother. It's simply because you have not been shown how to truly understand your child. So from all the principle, all the tools, all everything, if you did not understand the person you are dealing with, you are going to the war and you did not know your opponent, you are most likely bound to lose that particular war. So you have not been truly shown how to understand your child. And yes, that is why we are here. So I want you to type it with confidence and with trust in Allah, with conviction that my child is not difficult. Okay? My child is not difficult. I have been misunderstanding, or my child has been, or I, how would I put it? Maybe I have been misunderstanding him or them or however it is, but generally, let's type my child is not difficult. Okay? Yes. So let's look at this. Let's look at this. Let's look at this perspective. Let's look at the misconception. Let's look at the reality. Okay? Every child is different. They are different pace. Okay? They are different strengths. But before we move there, some says a child is difficult. Labeling a child as stubborn, or or saying, why are you so slow? Because they don't fit a standard that you have molded that they should fit. Because somehow we have set a standard that our child must be. We have pictured that perfect image of what we expect a particular child to be. Okay? And sometimes also we believe that your effort is wasted because you don't see immediate results. You feel like you are failing. That's a misconception. And we should look at it that you haven't, okay, the reality, one of them is the gap. Like, you haven't been shown the tools to decode your child's unique wiring. Okay? And what we are going to achieve today is the shifting from forcing compliance, forcing them to comply without your own standard, to understand their own unique gift, their own divine design. So you now help them to achieve those goals through their own strength. So that is why we are here today. So, like I said, yes, okay, we've already said, like, my child is not difficult, my child is misunderstood. So that's the point. So let it sink, pause and repeat it, internalize it. Okay, right? So yes, let's look at this. Every child is different. Okay, every child is different. They have their own unique strength. We mentioned part of it in episode 2 of our podcast last week. Okay, so we have different pace, different strengths, different way of thinking. We don't see things the same way. Have you ever been into a discussion, conversation, or argument with someone, and you wonder that, are we actually talking on the same thing? Have you ever been in such situation? Like, you wonder that, are we on the same page? Is it still the same thing? It's like you are not understanding what I'm saying. You are not looking at it from this angle. It's not possible for all of us to see things the same way. That's just it. So we all have our own unique way of seeing things, unique way of thinking. Likewise, our children. But many of us were raised with one model, a particular standard, a particular way of reasoning. So what do? We try to force it on our children. Okay? So Allah did not create a child randomly. They have their own neuroscience, their own psychological makeup, their own wiring. Every child, every one of us, their own pattern, their own pace. Okay? And that belongs to only that, like our fingerprints. It can never be the same, right? And so many other features that can never be the same. That's your child. In fact, your children, all of them, they are not the same. Each one of them have their own unique thinking. So the error of the mode, forcing every child into the same method, creates resistance when we stop. It creates resistance. So when we stop forcing, we start seeing their true brilliance. We start seeing who they really are. Like I said last week, you can't put a fish to go and climb a tree and you say that the fish is not good enough, or you put a monkey inside the river and you are judging that monkey with that environment that you provide for that monkey. Do you understand? So yes, having said that, they also have their own divine blueprints, which, and when I mean blueprints, we talk about their temperaments, their learning style, their emotional needs. Okay? All of us, we don't have the same temperament. I talk to some mom and they'll tell me categorically that, see, I cannot take any note. I cannot do without shouting. There's no, as in, I'm a very aggressive type. Okay? I'm a very aggressive type. I'm this, I'm that. Okay? They don't even believe that they can change. And, okay? So we have different people. And we have the easygoing moms. Some are even so gentle that it's even detrimental to the upbringing of the children. Because when we say conscious parenting, it does not mean that you overlook what is wrong. No, don't overlook. We guide them, okay, through proper teaching and not forcing. I hope you are getting it. So, yes. But before you dive deeply, so I was talking about their thinking earlier. So some children are deep thinkers. Okay, when you are thinking, they are slow. Some of them, they are deep thinkers. Some of them, they are hands-on learners. The way you are using 2 hours to explain one particular concept on the board, even for some secondary school students, when you bring it to life, you let them do it with their hand, they never forget. It stays with them forever. And they can catch on within 10 minutes what you are trying to teach on the board for 2 hours. Okay, because they are hands-on learners, and you are doing a visual learning for that child. So there are some of them that they are curious questionnaires. That is through their questions that they get clarity. And you, at that time they are asking you questions, you are angry, you are all worked up, and you are, leave me alone, your question is too much, and you understand. So Allah did not create a child randomly. They are designed their own wiring, their own pattern. That must be understood. You have to understand it so that you can help your child. So back to their divine blueprints. Let's break it down. So what is your child's divine blueprint? It is their temperament, like I mentioned earlier, their learning style, their emotional needs, and one more that is kind of, yes, their emotional needs, and their strengths and tendencies is not here on the screen. Their strengths and tendencies. Strengths and tendencies. Our strengths cannot be the same. Our energy cannot be the same. Okay, so when we talk about temperament, okay, the natural wiring and personality they are born with, this one, you can only guide them. You cannot totally change it. Like, we all know each other, we all have friends, we have families. Some of us might be in marriage for 2 decades or more, and the same issue we have been complaining from the one of that marriage is still what we are complaining. That's the natural wiring. You must at some point start learning how to kind of how will I say, maybe help the person through it, and if they are not helping, you should just learn to live by that. In Of course, I'm not saying something that is detrimental to you, so I'm just saying normal. Okay, normal, in a normal circumstance, don't misunderstand though. Okay, so yes, and learning style, the specific way their brain absorb and process information. Our brain did not absorb and process it. You can be saying one thing and somebody is understanding the exact opposite. You have 10 children in class. When you ask them to give you feedback of what they have been learning, you get 10 different answers. Teachers there, they might be arriving at the same conclusion, but the pattern and the way they will put it can never be the same. That is the way questionnaires, when they are marking exam, they can, when it is essay, like it is something you write, they can predict and say this person copied from this person, because our wire is different. The way you will articulate your words, the way you will put it together, it cannot be the same. Are we together? Are you getting the gist? Let me know if you are together. Okay, so yes, and the way they process, they absorb, and their emotional needs, the primary language, they need to feel safe and loved. And if they are not feeling it, they have this emotional needs more than the other. Okay, they don't feel the same. They don't. Every child is different. You yourself, you say this one, I can go to the market and leave her, she will not disturb. But this one, 10 minutes they would have called me that. Please come back, come and carry your child. Thank you for responding to action. Come and carry your child, because they are different. Alright, so for the temperament, some children are very calm. Some are very, very sensitive. Very sensitive. And you'll be getting angry. But that is our divine wiring. What we are learning today is how can we support that child? And we have the strong-willed one. They will fall down 1,000,000 times and they will continue. They will not stop. And we have some of them, when they just and we have some of them that are energetic. Come and play with me. Every 2 minutes, all their friends or everybody playing with them are already tired, but they are still full of energy. They are never out of energy. And you are now still giving that kind of child sweet again. Do you understand? In abundance. Do you understand? You see that you are causing more trouble for yourself. Okay, so yes, um have you observed, let me hear from you, do you think in this particular place, in this temperament phase, do you think that your child is sensitive, calm, strong-willed, energetic? What do you think? Let's hear from you. So let's make it a practical class, so as you are listening, you are engaging, and you are unlocking what you need to unlock. That will also help you better, rather than just passively listening. Type in the comments, what is your child calm, sensitive, strong, very energetic? Let's hear from you. So a strong child is not disobedient. They are not disobedient children. They are not doing what they are doing because they want to get you angry. But for some reasons, you tag them disobedient. You understand? You tag them disobedient, which they are not. You tag them stubborn, which they are not. They are just a strong-willed child, and that doesn't make them um, disobedient. They are leaders. They are born leaders. I'm telling you. What you need is to guide them to use that their strong willness into something that is beneficial for them in dunya and akhirah. That their strong willness, you want them to use it to memorize the words of Allah. You want them to use it to learn something beneficial. For some of us, no matter what, we don't quit. We don't quit. And for some of us, when we fail once, we don't even have the energy to try again. That door is shut. But for some, no matter the storm, they'll pull through. Are you following? So that does not make your child. They just need guidance. They need you to guide them properly. And you have to give such a child your attention. Mashallah, Sister Mujeda. Mashallah, Allahumma. So you have to give them what? Your attention. No matter how busy you are, you have to create daily habits of, probably after the whole day, you observe. That's one of the things conscious parents does. You don't have to complain at everything they do at every point. You can observe your child all through the day, and later you guide them. Today you did this, and this is how you do. Trust me, before you know, Rome was not built in a day. You cannot. We are. Do you understand that this is just the child? Like, that's the way the child has been wired. Is it you yourself? You have one particular habit you have been trying to change over the years, and you have not been able to achieve it. So we know that this particular thing, you have to see. When you understand this, you will have peace of mind, because you will not be getting angry unnecessarily. You will understand that, oh, this is this child. You start understanding. I mentioned last week, you should learn your children, study them like you are studying. This will help you be able to stay calm, will help you regulate your emotions, will help you use your brain rather than your heart. When we say use your brain, you think rationally instead of just reacting emotionally. Do you get? So yeah, enough of strong weak child. So I believe you get the gist. So the active one, they don't mean that. They don't mean when you are saying stop climbing that window and they are still climbing it, because they cannot rest. So you are the one that will channel that child's energy to what they should be doing. You will create activity that will drain that energy. So you need to be intentional. You need to create an environment that will help that particular child use that energy in a positive way. That's the code. That's the logic. That's the trick. And the sensitive one, that one is the most, like, you yourself, you have to be very emotionally intelligent to handle a sensitive child, or else you will turn them into, not only with, and being an introvert does not make you not be how would I put it? Being an introvert does not make you lack confidence. Do you understand? Do you get what I'm trying to say? You can be introverted, that doesn't mean you are not confident. But a sensitive child, if you do not approach it well, that child might find it difficult to build confidence in this. It's serious, because they take everything so personally. We have sensitive people like that around us. You don't mean one thing, but they already think it's very, very far. It's not their fault. It's not their fault. Your actions, we have spouse like that, and women, we are mostly like that. Is one thing that they are saying, no, is another thing. We have carried everything, like, you don't even understand how I'm feeling, you did blah blah blah. We are very, very sensitive by nature. So you have to be emotionally intelligent to be able to help such a child. So when you understand, you'll be able, let me see what we have here. One is strong, one is sensitive, one is energetic. Mashallah. One is a curious question. I can see. easy to you can see every one of them, they have different wiring. My child is sensitive, though still a toddler. When she's corrected Ashley, she tear up, and so I notice she loves soft and gentle and active. So that, see, once you understand your child, you not have stress. Like you will live in peaceful like you will coexist peacefully. And you yourself will be able to channel your energy to something that works your strength. Okay? So the strong one loves to joke around about everything. As you are shouting, she will even be jesting more. Like that one now, normally you will have the urge to beat that kind of child. Like, are you serious? But once you understand, you help them to correct. You don't joke about everything. You can even get, if the child can read, or you read aloud on stuff that can help build character, so that they know that it's good. That kind of character is not necessarily bad, but there are ways to use it. Know your limitation, know where you understand. So that's the training. Okay, so now let's move on to the learning style. Some children learn by seeing. I've said it earlier. Those are visual learners, so they learn best by seeing child. Those are the children that actually do well in class, like in a traditional conventional class. The visual learners do, because when you put it on the board every day, already grab it. While some of them are still struggling, that what's this teacher even saying? What is she doing? Okay, and we have the kinesthetic learner. Those are the hands-on. They want to move. They don't just want to sit one place. Those active children are mostly like that. They don't want learning to be boring. They just don't want to sit down and be. So they learn best by doing with their hands and movement. And some of them are auditory learners. They learn when you say it repeatedly, you help them to they learn. And we have some of them that are gifted. They are all. They are everything. If you use visual, alhamdulillah. If you use alhamdulillah. Some of them have two of them combined. They are visual, they are saying it, but when they do it, see it, hear it, it makes it more perfect. Are you getting it? So you have to understand who they are. So, yes. So if you teach a hands-on child with only talking, you'll be wasting your time. And you will tag that child that the child is a slow learner. Whereas that's not true. That, in fact, if you use their own natural way of learning, they can even get the task faster than the one you thought was. I've had a mom in one of my blueprint workshop cohorts or batch. She has twins, and those twins are two different people. So to cut the long story short, one used to grab stuff very fast, the other takes a little bit of time. So when we got to this particular place and she understood that we have different learning style, she came back a few months back later to give a review that, in fact, the person that was thought to be a slow learner was actually the duper very fast learner. So that is what understanding your child can do for you. So yes, let's go on. So it's not because they will struggle, because it's not because they don't want to learn or they can't learn, but because you are not speaking the language they understand. So let's go to emotional needs. Some children need you to reassure them. Yes, you can do it. I believe in you. That's what they need to hear from you, and they are boom. They are both like, you will see magic. Look at it, I did it. They will believe that yes, I can, and they will do it more than you yourself. Will be amazed, like, mashallah, how did you do it? Don't tell me nobody helped you. They need reassurance. Some of them need you to connect with them, and most child actually, even if you reassure, you might actually want to connect first. Yes, but not all. Okay, encourage. Okay, some of them just try it. You have not tried it and you are giving up. You are giving up. Hmm? You are not trying and you are giving up. There was a video I used to teach in Faceless Income Blueprint. I later made it into a cartoon for my children, and it was Zaid, the boy that does not want to try or something like that. So the bottom line is, and subhanallah, when the child tried it, the child was able to do it. So the point is that some children just want you to encourage instead of you shouting, what is difficult in this one? Are you instead of that, you encourage. Yes. So when you prioritize connection, some of them, prioritize relationship over compliance. So when they feel connected to you, as in they are good to go. Some of them just need you to encourage them, so they build confidence through specific validation. Even though this one, I will advise that kind of child, you need to help them grow after identifying that this is the child. You need to help them develop um, strong will as they grow. Now you understand this child, so you help them move from always wanting encouragement to also have this inner will to do it. Okay. And yes, some people, they want safety, like environments where mistakes are opportunities to learn. Some of them learn from their mistake. You don't want to be too quick to help it. In fact, most of them, children generally, don't be quick to help them. Let them learn from their mistake. And communication also, you understand that behavior is always a message. So you want to, excuse me please, a minute. Okay, sorry about that. um as I was saying, so for example, in that communication, most children do not like surprises. They want you to explain, tell them what to expect, clearly explain your message. Okay. And this will make things easier. So it will not be what I expected versus what I got. It will be what you expect and what they do what you expect, because you have properly explained your child. So when all these are missing, you are not trying to learn, understand them. They act out. That's just it. They act out like they want to, probably, should we say, show defense or something. Or you know sometimes, I don't feel understood, I don't feel, I'm not what you say I am, you are the one that, you understand, that kind of thing. And you get a negative energy back from them. So it's not because they are bad, but because they are unmet, they are misunderstood. Okay. And because of that, you know if that is not solved, the circle of the misunderstanding will keep going. So now let's bring it into our home. Let's be practical, even though we have been trying to be practical all along. Let's go even more practical. So if your child is active, I mentioned it that you should use movement. Okay, use movement. If you are homeschooling, use movement to teach that child. If you want to teach them, use movement. If your child is visual, use charts, use colors, use something they would see. If your child is sensitive, correct them gently, like somebody said in the comment section that one of the children, when you correct them softly, she responds. So even before the correction, when giving instruction, you don't want to be too harsh, you don't want to be too I have that kind of version too. You'll be hearing, did I do it right? Is that how I'm supposed to do it? Stuff like that. So, and then we also teach them emotional intelligence, because they can find themselves anywhere at any time. So let me ask you, what is one thing you are realizing about your child right now that we are speaking? Let's hear from you, sisters. As we are speaking, what is that one thing that is eating you, that, oh, so this is why Abdullah used to do this? I would like to hear from you. Okay, so yes, the cause of misunderstanding. 100% confidence will go, especially those children that are very, very sensitive, like I mentioned earlier. Like, confidence will vanish, and we are talking about raising confident children. Just like as mothers too, we have sometimes, if we have spouse that is misunderstanding us, we don't even know how to show up in front of that person anymore. Even if it's a boss too, we lack the confidence to stand tall. Okay, that's the same as your children. They start to become timid. They start to lose trust in themselves. All right, can you hear me, sisters? All right, I'm still on. Okay, so when we ignore their natural wiring, you yourself, you shout more so that they will hear you. You shout, and nothing will change. Some children will withdraw or build resistance, and some of them will start to believe that I cannot do it, I'm not good enough. And subhanallah, the misunderstanding starts to create distance, and you start to drift apart, and you don't, when they get to teenage and all of that, this thing is not always there. Okay, so that's the consequence of ignoring um the blueprints, the natural wiring of in which your child is created with. Okay, so when you don't understand your children, okay, you shout, you feel frustrated, your child loses confidence and everything, as you have said. Okay, so yes, so the reality that is possible. When you understand your child, you become calmer yourself. Your child becomes confident. Learning becomes easier, especially when you're in school or you support your child learning. So you raise a child who knows themselves. They will start knowing themselves. They trust themselves, and they strive big in life. Okay, in almost what they do, they strive. Okay, so you stop taking their wiring personally. Okay, it's because we take some of the things they do personally. That's why we are chaotic in our home sometimes. So you start to raise confident children. They feel seen and flourish in their strength. They start to learn easily. Education flow. The brain, it flows according to the brain natural path. Okay, and bidnillah, you start to have peace and coordination and maybe quiet in your home. Okay, so yes, what you should change today, what do you think you should start changing from today? The first thing, you should adjust your method. Teach and guide them in the way and language they understand, that is for them, not you. You leverage on their strengths. Don't focus on their weaknesses. And our problem majorly is that we focus on the weaknesses, forgetting their strengths. So focus on their strengths. Help them Help them. That is why you are their mother. And the fact that Allah gave them to you means that you have you are built for that child. Trust me. There is never a mistake. You are built for each other. Allah has made you for each other. Allah knows you can undo that child. So it now depends on, do you also allow yourself to, to do it, or you are killing the process because of overwhelmness? Because you would, in fact, if you start to try to understand your child and you follow through, you will realize that overwhelmness will even disappear. I hope you can hear me. If you can, please give me a 1. And if you can see my screen too, give me a 2. So, as I was saying, the overwhelmness will even disappear. Because what do you want to be overwhelmed? Because now you are clear. Clarity is now there. You know what to do. You know what you are doing. You know what you need to adjust. So you leverage on their strength. Stop focusing on their weaknesses. Stop it. Stop focusing on their weaknesses. It weakens their confidence. And honor their pace. Okay? Patience, as in, you need to be patient with their specific timeline, if they are specific humans. Alright? We are not the same, they are not the same. So you would use that their strength to you leverage on their strengths, follow their pace, understand their method. Trust me, you will be able to influence them positively. You will be able to affect them positively. You'll be able to help them grow. You'll be able to help them understand themselves better. Alright? Can you hear me? I'm not getting your response. I hope we are together. So, and here is where most of us get it. Why some of us we get transformation after this session, and some of us will still remain the same. You have know it. Thank you for your response, Tanisha. Okay, so you know now. Are you ready to put in the work? Yes, that's the gap. That's the gap between somebody that walk away here with less subsequent overwhelming, and some of us will just brush it off. Oh, I don't have that strength, I don't have that time, I'm busier than that, blah blah blah. So what's the missing link? So theory is beautiful. Like we are saying it, you are nodding, you are understanding, you are saying, oh, this is why Aisha is like this is why Abdullah is like this is why this and that. Alright, so theory is very beautiful. But daily life, subhanAllah, trust me, it's not easy. Without a roadmap, without a blueprint to stay on your course and never reaches and to stay on your course and never like losing yourself, let's put it that way. So that's what's okay, so that's the reality actually. So when you don't have a system, you try to figure it out yourself, you get tired, no guidance, you are doing it alone. At some point you feel that vacuum, that emptiness. All right, and that's not the point of why we are here. This particular podcast is for us to grow together. It's for us to be confident as mothers. So this is part of building your confidence. Now you know, but you need to do. You need to step up your game. You need to follow. You need to, because if you don't do, the situation will remain the same. All right. So one of the solutions I have for you, especially when you homeschool, is the Muslim Homeschooling Blueprint Workshop. So I'm glad to tell you the Muslim Homeschooling with Blueprint workshop is back. Okay, it's back for all intending homeschoolers, and even if you don't homeschool but you want to support your child education at home, understand them, the step-by-step roadmap, somewhere you can always go to is there for you. You have lifetime access to it to move from that confusion to clarity, understand. And one beautiful thing about this blueprint is that you have 2 months access to the Moms Avon platform, so where you also see parenting tools and all of that. And of course, my DM will be very is always available for you for um questions and what have you. So to learn exactly what to teach, how to teach, and build structure that works, so you stop guessing, you step into doing. All right. So this particular workshop blueprint has actually helped so many mothers and children overcome this phase, and they are forever grateful. I remember somebody messaged me, anytime I visit the blueprint, I'm always very grateful. So here is your opportunity. And yes, don't forget, our mom saving is always there for you, every time, every day. So would love to have you. And yes, be ready. Very soon, Bidnila will be having a webinar. So I'll need your help and your support to help reach out to more moms. So when the time is right, you would see my messaging. Okay. So if you have any question, you can start dropping. If you have feedback, I would like to read from you now. So as to how to enroll to the blueprints, I'm dropping the link and details on the group for you to read further. Okay. So I'm looking forward to your questions. All right, so if you have any question, drop it. You have less than about 7 minutes to go. I'm that joined earlier. Yes, we have to learn to reward what's it called? Punctuality. Most of us are not punctual. Punctuality is the soul of business, like they say. So don't forget, it's a token, it's not plenty, you have to manage it. All right. So any question? If you don't have any question, just drop probably a one or two, so I'll know, or no question. So we'll move on to Ignila. So yes, you have question about the session, about the blueprints, about the Moms Avon. Okay. So don't just be inspired, or be transformed. We have to allow our child to grant us wisdom and understanding to raise our children in the best way. Like I said, Allah gave you the children because you have been equipped with the wiring to be able to bring up the child. So in the absence of any question, I want to believe there is no question. We call it a day. See you on our next session, Bidnila. So I'll be looking forward to your feedback as well. Yes, how can I not tell you what other moms have been saying about the yes, Muslim Homeschooling Blueprints workshop. so you know for yourself that is where transformation happens. Okay. All right, so see you next class. Bismillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So you can see said I'm not done, I'm almost done. Do you have something for me?
Yes.
Ah, what is? Oh wait, I'm still live. Bye bye. Assalamu alaikum sisters. Take care. See you next time.